Okay, alright, qualifying has now begun for the third round of the Romula One World. Yeah, I noticed that. I'm trying to find it myself, it's just not there. Okay, yep. It delays about 6 seconds, alright. Good to know. Okay, awesome. So, this is qualifying. The only qualifying session we'll have for today, as after this, we'll be going straight to the race. No one's set a lap time yet. However, they are starting to come through. Chris Boy currently has the quickest Sector 2 time, but that doesn't matter because everyone's on an outlap at the moment. The first person on a true flying lap is Prime Drifter, who set a purple Sector 1 and a green Sector 2. Let's see if we can ride with him wherever he is on the leaderboard. Pumpkin Slayer. No, not him. Super Joke across the line. Let's see. Where is the boy? Prime Drifter. There he is. He's going to come across the line now to set the first representative time of the session, a 1:21.162. That is quite a fine time for the other drivers to try and beat.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, welcome.
What's the fuck? So apparently is that FP1 for this? Oh yeah, it is. Oh no, it's FP3. FP3's fastest time was a 1:23.1. If that's the same track, that's unreasonable amount of increase because that's about like 2 seconds of gains in lap times, which is I didn't expect at all. So yeah, Prime Drifter 1:21.1. That's the fastest time right now. I think everybody else is either. Oh wow, 1:11. Okay, that's not the same track. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Do not listen to me.
Absolute real time. 1:11.8.
Okay, yeah, 1:11 is the real time. So Critical goes second. Acer goes third. Dom now takes the third away from Acer.
Yeah, the times are all starting to come in now. The grid's got a competitive lap in. Just see what let's wait and see to see what the rest of the times will be. Hopefully they'll be quick ones.
Yeah.
So I like the close field.
So it looks like everybody that hasn't set a time invalidated their first one, which obviously at a short track you have a lot of laps to make up those mistakes that you would have obviously earlier in the session. And don't think anybody else has set a good competitive time yet.
We're gonna go to he's about to come across the line. Let's see what time he set. It was a 1:13.2 that puts him 6th on the leaderboard.
Yeah, pretty good lap. But that's unbelievable. Professor Bloxer is what was that? 8/10 ahead of the whole field. That's a really good lap time from him.
Slightly more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Or 10.
It's like the rat, yeah, or rate, yeah, or something. He's in P11. The AlphaTauri is on a fast lap. He's coming across the line. P4, 112.7. That's a pretty good lap from him.
Oh, 1:12.7, that was in 4th. You're right about that. Just ahead of the McLaren of Acer.
Yeah.
Who's just ahead of Aston Martin. And they are not separated by much. Only 16 1,000ths of a second separate 5th and 6th.
Oh, yeah. Outguard, I think, just set a 114.9. That puts him P8.
Yep, 114.9, that's correct. See if anybody else is on a flying lap. Izern's currently set a personal best Sector 1, 22.512.
Yep. And another personal best. See
if we can ride on board with him. Yes, we can. There he is. Going for the fast left-handers in the
I think
final
it's
sector
coming
now.
through to sector 3. Yeah, that was a decent last couple corners. Coming up to the DRS
Yep,
straight now.
Yep, let's see what time he can put in. As he comes across the line, he goes...
That's going to go P2.
112.591. Very impressive from the AlphaTauri driver.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Oh, critical. He's on a purple.
That's a sector 2, 21.8 flat. Let's see what he's up to. He's got some slipstream from... Oh, never mind. The AlphaTauri's gotten out of the way.
The AlphaTauri has backed off. But he's in sector 3 now. He's coming to the end of the lap. Let's see what this is. This looks like a great lap.
Personal best sector 1. Fastest of all sector 2. Let's see what he can put in sector 3. As he comes across the line now, he goes fastest with a 111.395. Goes nearly half a tenth, no, half a second faster than Professor Watson.
As we were watching now, those guys, Chris went P3 with a 12.5. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, that's another impressive time.
Oh wow! Oh, Acer up to P3, and ASM up to P5. That happened in the exact same moment.
Yeah, times are starting to tick down now. Like I said before, as the drivers get more used to their cars, they're going to start going quicker and quicker. And by the end of the session, who knows? We might get into the 1 minute 10s if we're lucky.
Yeah, maybe.
If anybody else is on a flying lap.
Looks like everybody's... Oh, maybe Dom is. Dom in the Ferrari might be.
Now let's see what Dom's up to. I'm pretty sure he was driving a Williams a couple races ago, but he's now in the Ferrari. Mine now goes 4th fastest, 112.095.
Yeah, that is an interesting point because Williams, they looked like a great combination, but they lost both of their drivers. Williams did. What was it? I think it was after the last race. So now they have a completely new driver lineup of who. Well, in the car right now is Landstroid and what is that? Deal with Romza. That's their name. Those are the two drivers they have now. But the two drivers they had last race were ASM Sock, who's in the Alfa Romeo, and Dom, who's in the Ferrari.
If only F1 driver moves were this frequent and exciting, we'd be having a hell of a season. Just imagine
Prime Drifter. Did he just
imagine like Alex Albon going from Williams back to Red Bull to replace Sergio Perez. That would
Prime Drifter just set a time of a put him into P6. I think Outguard just put himself into P4 with a 12 flat.
Not quite a 12.
Prime Drifter is returning as a champion, or the only champion technically of the series. He's in an Aston Martin this week. I think he might just be reserving. But yeah, this is the only champion of the series back in season 1. Obviously there was a season 2, but we didn't finish it. So yeah, he's the only champion.
I'm surprised about that as well, because I know you guys had a season 2, but I didn't know it ended early. So
yeah,
I found out
it didn't end because the cars were broken or something.
Yeah, so when I found out that Prime Drifter was the only champion, I was just like, hang on, that's not right. Surely there was a season 2 champion. So I had a look, and well, I found out. Hopefully we don't have this again in season 3.
Yeah. Acer in the McLaren is on a personal best sector 1. Oh, but he just reset. Never mind. Must have made an error or something.
Slightly down to sector 2, 22.208.
Yeah, he reset.
Nobody else
is improving.
No one else really seems to be setting personal bests. Critical moves at 25.6 sector 1. That's not his best. He might be on a slow lap.
K in the AlphaTauri is on a personal best sector 2. That's interesting. We could watch him. He's just coming up to the line now.
That's ASM
down
coming
in
out
the
the pits.
DRS. He does go a little bit. Oh yeah, he does improve actually a lot, quite a bit. In 11 point.
Just realized that
Nobody else is
Fernand's
really on
finally
a
showed up.
good lap though. I don't know. Oh, Fernand in the Ferrari,
Fernand's
currently
now second. He
sector
hasn't
1, and
quite.
Dom.
Yep, the two Ferrari drivers, they're setting personal bests. Fernand's only just recently showed up. We only got 4 minutes 12 seconds to go on my screen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's wait and see what Fernand can put in.
Oh,
He's
Fernand
not
and Dom are just right together, so you can watch them both at the same time if you wanted to. So Fernand goes 22.8 in the middle. That's actually pretty good.
That is improved.
And who's this? Dom goes 22.1. So actually, never mind. That Fernand sector was not very good. So Dom comes across the line. Dom will not improve. Fernand doesn't
improves by
look like he
tenths.
improved. It looks like he improved by 3/10. So he only gained one position out of that.
Yeah, he stays 16th. He's going to need to dig out a lot more lap time if he wants to be near the front of the field.
Yep. Falcon just goes P11, 12.5. So
is anyone else? Oh, ASM's on a personal
ASM
best
is
lap.
is on a sector 1 personal best. He's in the Alfa Romeo. Remember, he was in the Williams last week, but now in the Alfa Romeo this week. So ASM currently in sector 2. Don't think he improved much. Oh yeah, he didn't improve and reset actually. So that's unfortunate for him. I think there was just a crash. I don't know if I just saw that correctly, but there was just a crash right where ASM reset. Not sure who. I didn't really see, but they immediately reset too, so it doesn't really matter.
So Bloxer's now on a personal best. He's done a personal best sector 2, not best.
Yeah. 21.8. That's actually pretty good.
His teammate, who's in third, let's see what he puts in as he crosses the line. It's going to be an improvement. 1:11.5. That closes the gap down. Closes the gap down, however. It was 5 tenths, now it's 2 tenths. Yep, 1 minute 50 seconds to go.
1 minute 50 to go.
Lap time should really start to come in now.
So who is... Oh, Critical Noob. He's currently on pole, but he is on a 22.1 for sector 1.
22.1, that is his personal best, sector 1. Let's see what you can put in sector 2. 21.9, that's also a pretty good sector 2.
That is. You just saw P2 go ahead of 21.8 last lap, so he's only a 10th down on that. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. That might have been a corner cut. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure how lenient these corner cuts are. He's still going, so it might not have been.
Need to wait and see as he comes across the line. It's going to be a...
Not an improvement.
5.33.
That still would have been pole, though.
5.1.
So Foxy is... Oh, Prime. I think Prime Drifter just set a personal best in P4 now. He's in P4, a 1:11.9.
Very good for his return.
And Falcon in the Alpine, a 1:11.9. That's what's on P5.
For 1, he's third at the moment. Let's see, we can do 22.0 in the middle sector. This might give him a few tenths. He might overtake his teammate if he can nail this final sector.
Watching Acer here, right?
Yep, I'm watching Acer. I'm not sure if you. I'm not sure if the stream is.
No, yeah.
Final sector.
Final sector. On to the DRS straight now.
Fernand's gone up to third. What about Acer? What can he do?
Acer doesn't improve. This is their last laps. The session's over. I completely missed that. I'm not gonna lie. Right, yeah, K, the AlphaTauri, he's on 2 personal bests. What can he do? Let's see. Rat does not improve at all. Dom in the Ferrari, I think.
Yep, 2 personal bests. Let's see what he can plop in.
2 personal bests. And Dom across the line. He improves his lap time, but does not prove his position. And I believe that's... Oh yeah, ASM.
Professor's coming across the line. What can he do?
ASM doesn't improve. The Professor doesn't improve either. So that's... I believe that's it. Might be one more. Oh yeah, Elgard just crossed the line, but doesn't improve at all.
That's basically qualifying over. The only 2 people left across and Chris Boy. Those are the only 2 left. And Orshus. The only 3 people left.
They're improving.
No,
yeah, I think that's it. That's everybody. So this is your qualifying. Oh, I can't see
got a grid penalty.
I think it's Falcon. Yeah, Falcon has a grid penalty. So he was P6. I don't know how many positions. Guess it's
need to wait and see.
Position. So that means Rat will be up to P6, Elcard will be P7, Dom will be P8, and then Falcon will be P9.
Yep, that's right. That is correct.
Yo, hello. Hello?
Right.
Hello to the 5 viewers watching the stream. I'm an engineer in Red Bull, and I'm pretty excited for this race actually. I'm actually doing this interview for the Robux, but anyway, strategically wise, it is going to be a very, very interesting race. Despite our guy not doing many laps and only started practicing like 4 hours ago, unlike his teammate Crit, who has been the sole reason why we have this strategy today. I am still very confident that we will do well today in Jeddah. Wait, no, I mean Zurich. Do not worry. I think that we are definitely in the fight to go for the win once again in this wonderful track called Jeddah. Wait, I mean Zurich. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this masterclass. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Well, you've basically answered every question we were going to ask you, but thanks very much for coming up. All right. Hello, Prime Drifter. First of all, welcome back to Romula One.
Oh yeah, it's been a second.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back. And so, 5th place on the grid. Very decent qualifying from you. What did you think of it for your first time back?
Oh, it was pretty fun. I mean, I got less practice than I wanted to because, I'm busy. I'm getting older. I have plans and everything, but it was pretty decent for the time I had.
Yeah, you should be happy with that result. 5th place is very, very good. And regarding the race, you got anything up your sleeve that you might use on your opponents around you? Maybe try grab a podium in your return?
Just consistency. Just not crash. And try to look out. There's a bump on the track that will probably send some people out, so I'll have to look out for that. But as long as I'm consistent, I think I could get like 4th place, maybe.
Consistency is key, they say, and you're absolutely correct about that.
I think there's definitely some challenges in qualifying because we're used to jumping out right before our laps, but this time we had to do a whole lap before our lap. So we actually had tire wear at the end, which affected our last corner. And the last corner is very vital since it's before a long straight. So I think there's some questions about why the cars seem slower even though we have DRS, and I believe it's because of tire wear.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not one for me to answer. That's I think that's one for the team. And that kind of explains why I'm in the commentary booth and I'm not a part of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I wish you the best of luck for today, and go get him.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. Hello, Professor.
Hello, how are you?
Afternoon. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, good, good. Oh, front row start. Very, very impressive for you and your teammates down to fourth as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What are
Go
you guys
ahead.
looking for going into the race? You guys looking to challenge Critical Noob for the win?
I hope so. That's the goal. I think last week we had a good pace, but the strategy was just not there. But so hopefully we're not gonna make the same mistake, and hopefully I don't crash. That's my goal. So
Yeah, seeing as this is a street circuit, there's lots of walls. You really need to watch out because yeah, one wrong
yep.
move and you're in the barrier.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do from second, but it should be.
Faith that you'll do everything. You'll do everything correctly.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, best of luck for today. Best of luck. Yes. Okay. Yep, I see him.
Hello.
Hello, Acer. Hello,
Can you
hello.
hear me
Welcome,
fine?
welcome. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
So,
fourth on the grid. Would you like to tell us a little bit how your qualifying went?
I'd say it went pretty alright, but I could have done a lot better because on my last run I was absolutely flying. At least that's what I thought. Everything was going well until the final corner. Then I screwed that up.
A lap. I was a little bit disappointed to see that you just couldn't quite get it nailed in the final sector. You were on a really good lap, but I have no doubt that you'll do better in the race today.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully my race pace is good enough.
Yeah. You got have you already got a strategy in mind, or do you still need to figure that out?
Yeah, we've got a strategy in mind. We got it ready during FP, so hopefully it works out. One
Right,
stop on
excellent.
God, we're doing it.
That is very excellent. That means you're all sorted for the race.
Hmm.
Yep. So I wish you the best of luck to you and your teammate for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the grid call has been made. All cars will be coming to the grid now. And
Yeah,
we
there's going to
have
be
the
no outlap, he says as well. So just straight to the grid.
looks
Oh,
like we're
and the game got shut down again, so we just got to yap for a little bit.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
First of all, I'm gonna need to get a little bit of background on you, because I've heard of you, but I've just not really been keeping many tries. I'm still kind of new to this. Could you just top me up on who you are and who you drive for?
Yeah, so I'm of course Racerman 534. I drive for Aston Martin Racing, which has recently been reformed due to a management reshuffle, and I've been mainly racing in Formula cars for about 2 years now. So, and this is my first ever race around here. So, yeah, looking forward to it. But qualifying hasn't gone too well, so looking to make up for it.
Yes, first race for everyone. I think this is a brand new circuit from what I've been told, and starting from 15th on the grid, you've got a lot of work to do. you got anything up your sleeve for today's race? On how to get back?
Well,
You
yeah.
got any
Well, yeah. I mean, well, we'll have to see, of course, but I'm just I'm definitely certain that points are on the table as long as I don't bin it somewhere. But I'm fairly certain that many others will bin it. So just about taking things slowly and just letting everything plan out.
slow and So yeah, I am hopeful that you can make a comeback and hopefully score yourself and your team some good points.
Yeah, that's of course the aim for us at the moment. We're not really looking to fight anyone in the constructors as of now. We just need to hit the ground running somewhat, and then hope that we can eventually make a title bid later on the season. But for now, that's not our main goal. Now is just trying to now what we need to do is just fit into the grid and adapt to this new environment.
I think that's a pretty perfect.
Same.
Oh, you think is that your prediction for the race?
Well, he'll at least lose his front wing. That's for sure.
Well, we'll just
No
need to wait and
Verstappen.
see what happens. We'll need to wait and see what happens. Best of luck to you today. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. Now as the cars are coming up to the grid, I'm going to talk about the
Hello,
circuit
I'm
real
back.
quick. Hello, welcome back. Let's talk about the circuit. This is a brand new circuit located in Zurich City. It's a 4.4 kilometer long circuit with 15 corners, with 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with top speeds of up to 380 kilometers an hour coming down the start-finish straight. Drivers will drive by the iconic sphere as they round through turns 3 and 4. And there's plenty of long right-handers which will require drivers to be on their tippy toes. And it'll really, really wear out the front tires, as the corners will put a lot of load on them.
Yeah, it's
So,
important to mention. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
I
sorry,
was gonna say it's important to mention that he was what's his name? Prime Drifter was saying that even after only an outlap and one lap, the tires were already wearing down. The softs were. So if you have softs on, your tires are already basically gone by the time that you're done 2 laps. So I don't know if softs are the best way to go. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. I've actually forgotten what I was gonna say. I'm
My bad.
standing on the. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll think of something. I'm currently standing on the grid right now. I'm standing right next to Professor Blox's car. He's sitting in P2, and it looks like he's starting on the soft. Same with Fernan and Acer. The first driver to be starting on the hard tires is Prime Drifter. I'm not sure about Critical Noob yet. He's not on the grid at the moment. Need to wait and see when he comes along. There's Outguard slotting into his spot, 7th on the grid. He's on the hard compound tires. And behind him, there's softs, hard, soft, medium, medium, hard, soft, hard, hard. And basically the rest of the grid is on hards.
Yeah, it seems like hards are the way to go at the moment, but I mean, it's going to be interesting because we're going to see basically hards versus softs on the front row, and then also softs on the second row. So, like, I don't know. I think these 3, P2, P3, P4, Professor, Fernand, and Acer, they're taking a very big risk going on the softs for the first couple of laps.
It'll give them the grip they need to get to the front, though. And that might offset Critical Noob a little bit as he tries to chase.
Hello.
All right. Oh, hello again. Hello.
I'd like to add a
Welcome
quick
back.
note, is that the softs are probably good for a good couple of laps, but their peak performance will drop off. It's more of a qualifying thing. Just that little extra edge will drop off after the first 2 laps, but they still should be quicker over the next 10 laps, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe. And I've noticed you're starting on the hards as well, same as Critical Noob. So looks like you're planning on doing the long game. Is that correct?
I just didn't get enough data, so I was just taking the safe route.
That's always a good plan. That's always a good plan.
I gotta go race.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you again.
Yep, thank you.
And
Bye.
hopefully we can catch up to you later. See ya.
Yep.
So good insight from an actual driver, right there, as we just saw. Also, on another important note, Aston Martin just currently lost its team owner. I'm going to call it a change in management, where the entire team was completely wiped. They have 2 new drivers and a whole new team owner, and it seemed to be working out for them because they signed Prime Drifter, who is currently what was that, 5? Obviously Racer Man is a little bit further down the field, but it's interesting to see how this will work out for Aston Martin.
Yeah, the massive team reshuffle kind of reminds me of Andrea Moda back in 1992. I think it was like after the first race where, I've forgotten the names of 2 drivers, but I do know they got replaced with Roberto Moreno and Perry McCarthy. The only person they didn't replace was the team boss.
Yeah,
It was
I think the only reason that this team boss got fired was because he just really didn't do a very good job at siding people, and which is fair, and I'd say that's why.
It looks like
So we're
we'll be
getting gritty
going
here.
soon.
Yeah.
I think we'll be going soon because Casta's just announced that, oh, yep, we'll be going in a minute. And by a minute, I mean a few seconds. Let's
You
watch
wanna
the
do the
lights. They'll be coming on.
You want to do
Let's
the
get
lights?
ready to roll. Jump out and in. Everyone's been told. I can see them doing that on the stream. And Pyro RBLX says, "Bro stole the Las Vegas sphere" in the YouTube chat. I'm calling it. One of you big guys will credit.
I mean, he did.
And fact says Pyro. And it seems like those are the only 2. Except, no, Josh Roblox has said, "I'm not as skilled as these guys," and that's a fact. Araman's been here as well. And so has Ahmed. So, welcome to everybody who is watching. We are about to go.
Yep.
Maybe
I'll
it's
leave you to do the race start if you want.
You want to do the race start?
5 red
Okay,
lights.
you can do that. Right.
Do you want
ready?
me to do it, or
Here
do
we
you
go.
want to do it?
Heads or tails?
Heads.
I'm using it on my phone. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. You're doing it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Lights are coming on. Take it away.
All right. As the 5 red lights are coming on at the Zurich Grand Prix, it's 5 red lights. Long wait, a long hold for the drivers, and away we go. Critical Noob with a decent start, but Fresh Box is on the softer compound tire, getting a decent start as well. It's very laggy for me, so I can't really see much. But it looks like Ferdinand takes P2, and Prime actually had a great start. He's already almost a second ahead, it looks like, but obviously on the harder tires compared to everyone else. Looks like a great start from Prime, though. Or, sorry, not Prime, Critical.
Yeah, Critical Noob has managed to get a gap to the cars behind. Or has he? Because it looks like Ferdinand is keeping with
Yeah, it looks
them.
like the
Same with
softer
April.
tires are really coming in for...
Inside. It looks like Ferdinand's taking the lead on my screen. Hey, he has. Ferdinand's in the race lead.
And now, but with the DRS, Acer seems to have taken the lead. They're all 4 inside of each other. I would call that like a 4 abreast. As Critical Noob actually hits the inside wall, he gets a little bit loose. Not sure if you caught that.
Yeah, you could definitely call it a 4-way fight. And now it's a McLaren in front. McLaren versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want to see in these league races. The 2 arguably great of all time.
Acer follows behind Fernand and Professor Blockster, the 2 leaders. Critical is now almost down to P5 with these hard compound tires. Fernand with a 116.1. Obviously, that'll be beaten. Yeah, there we go. 115.8. that'll be probably beaten next lap. Obviously, that was just the first lap. And
that
looks
was-
like, yeah, Critical with the harder tires is really struggling on the start.
Yeah, that's just the thing with soft versus
Oh,
hards. Always gonna get
AMR,
ahead.
Crash AMR front wing. Not sure who that is. I think that was probably Racer.
Let's have a look and we'll see.
Yeah, Racer. He's in the pits now.
Yeah, that
He's
is
putting on new
Racerman.
tires, probably changing a wing. Yes, he is. Onto the hards he goes. That's the first pit stop of the race. Obviously, not scheduled.
Rid of these
That's
soft
so unfortunate for
tires.
him. Aston Martin's rebuild seemed to have worked, but well, not with a crash like that though.
I'm
So up
pretty
in-
sure he can do something.
No front
Oh,
wing
yeah,
on
Chris
the Alpine. It seems like. Of
He's
Chris
had no-
Boy.
Me, what happened? I need to find out what happened. Maybe somebody in the game chat and the live chat can tell us what happened.
Apparently, it was a huge crash according to Casta. Not sure. Casta, did you see it? Oh, there's a. Oh, apparently somebody can't move. I'm not sure what that's about.
I'm not sure about you, but I just saw on the stream that someone's tire.
Oh,
just
Foxy.
went
Foxy has no front wing.
Foxy no front. Oh shoot! Whoa! Hey! Whoa! What's happening with Racer Man? Hey yo! Whoa! What happened there?
What happened?
What?
Oh, what?
He just had a massive spaz. He just flew everywhere.
I don't know.
Madness! I just saw that on the live stream.
So here's
Goodness.
there's also an AlphaTauri that's stuck in the wall. That's gonna be his race. And yeah, Foxy's into the pits now. Again, another unscheduled stop that's about to happen right here. This is coming to chaos as Fernand actually leads by less than a half a tenth.
It's a very, very close gap between the two leaders in front. Literally nothing separates them.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. It looks like Fernand is ahead on my screen, but Professor Bloxer is not far behind. And yes, on the live stream, he is ahead. And that's Racer Man just in front of him.
This race has turned into complete chaos. We've already had what 4 crashes in the span of 4 laps. This is and Fernand or Racerman is actually about to be lapped by Fernand. I'm not sure if that's probably gonna stick because he got like flung everywhere. Probably is though. But yeah, Racerman is about to get lapped, but Professor Blocks is right on Fernand's tail, and Critical Noob started the race in first place, obviously on the harder compound to everybody. He's down to P5. But let's see if those hards start kicking in for him compared to the softs. I could actually go and check the pit boxes if you.
I'm going to predict that the hard compound tires will start to come in at around lap 10. His lap times, his current best lap time was a 1:13.8. His last lap was a 1:14.3. Tom's best lap was a 1:12.6, and that was the fastest lap of the race, and that was his last lap.
So Critical Noobs are currently at 3%. His tires on the board, and his last lap was a 14.3. I'm gonna check both the Ferraris. Theirs are at 8%, and their last lap was a 13.7. So he's still about a second a lap slower, but it looks like they should be coming into effect sometime soon, hopefully, for Critical's sake.
They will. Let's see what sectors Critical Noob is setting. 22.7, 23.0. That's about 2/3 of the pace of the soft compound tires. So
yeah, and that's just in the sector.
Maybe 8-9 lap. Oh, Tom spins. Tom spun at the final corner, and he's dropped all the way down the field. He's gone beneath Rat and Prime, and now he's about to be overtaken by Orusius.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. Apparently the stream did. Maybe I could go back. Let me actually just go and do that. Probably report on it. I don't know if you have a replay system, Snake.
Unfortunately, we don't. Not yet. We don't have that just yet.
So here we go. So he was watching Dom. Oh, Dom clipped the inside wall on the exit of the corner and just spun around. That looks bad. That's bad for his race. That's horrendous for his race. And now he's down in what, P9, I think? Well, P8, sorry.
Behind two hard runners. It looks like he's made up some ground, as I can see him just behind Prime Drifter, who is on the hard compound tires. He's struggling a little bit, but but like he said in his interview, he is being consistent. He's staying out of the walls and just being nice and calm.
Yeah, you can't say the same for Dom. You see, I don't know if you just caught that if you're watching Dom, but there's an inside orange part of the final corner sticking out. That's what Dom hit to, I don't know if you could show it on the stream, but that's what Dom hit to go around, and well, that just starts his race. Now he's down to P5. He was up in, I think, P3, 7 seconds off the lead now.
He was
There's a front wing on the front backstretch. I don't know what that is. I don't know whose front wing.
I don't.
That's
know
Racerman again.
Racerman again. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Racerman
you're right.
is.
A wall there, but luckily we don't have tire damage.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we saw that.
So he's trying to just limp back to the pits at this point, probably. That's horrendous. See, for his race, he's 2 laps down. Another front wing broken. I would just retire at this point. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. Up to him, obviously. But
oh, poor lad. I actually feel really bad for him.
Yeah, but I mean,
He didn't
kind of his own fault too. So he's gonna probably retire. If he doesn't, then that's, you know. Did he?
Yeah, that was the same guy. Believe it or not.
Well, that was apparently the same guy that flew into the air, and I don't know what session.
Happened between Critical Noob and Acer. Critical Noob under DRS.
Oh my God, 0.001 seconds splitting the top two. I did not even see that.
Third. I'm watching the battle for third between Ace and Critical. Hards versus soft. Looks like the hards are starting to come into their window now. And Critical Noob will start to chase down the race leaders.
Oh yeah, Critical is probably, his hearts are probably starting to come in. You just see him pass these Acer, obviously. You just reported on that. You were right, around like lap 10, maybe lap 9, 8. Obviously, we're about to come on to lap 9, so you were right, about lap 9 to 10. The hearts start to come in to effect.
I'm currently watching at the moment. He is currently in the race lead, but Professor is not that far behind. He's about half a second, I would say. We'll find out when we cross the line. 6.5 tenths.
Yeah, so Professor is starting to lose a little bit. Important to note, Critical is just about 2 tenths faster than the leaders that time by. So yeah, these hards are starting to come in. Everybody is either on the hards or the softs. I did not realize that the mediums weren't used at all. Interesting to know, obviously.
I did actually see some people using the mediums. I think those were the really early stoppers. I think they just wanted to, just get off of them. I did see some mediums on the starting grid just before we got underway.
I think those might have been the people who crashed, though.
Probably, because...
Oh, Professor got a little bit loose. I don't know if that was caught on stream, but I think he might hit a bump.
Lance is currently in 12th position, 21.3 seconds behind the leader, and just chugging along, just doing his own race very nicely.
So let's see the gap. So it was 4.5 seconds that time by to Critical and the leaders. See this lap. So the leaders are just about to cross the line right there.
It's closer.
I think it may be closer by... Oh, no. He lost some time.
All right, it looks like he's going to go for the race lead, but is he going to make it stick? It looks like he has. And I think I can say for certain, yes, I can. Professor Bloxer has now taken the race lead.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
missed that. Looks like Racerman lost another front wing. Not really a factor though.
Another front wing? Now the question is, between Professor Bloxer and Fernand, how long can he keep the lead for? In fact, how long can any of these guys keep the race
They're
lead?
fighting. They're really fighting here.
Walking between lap after lap after lap. And it makes me wonder...
They're inside of each other. They're scrapping here. Who can get out in front?
They absolutely are
Fernand
here,
has
Pumpkin.
the edge.
Okay, that
Down into
just,
the final sector of the track.
I don't know why, but the way I said Pumpkin just sounded so wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh, and Dom seems to have broken his front wing. He was down in P5, but that's horrendous for his race.
Front wing. Shame for him.
Yeah, he was the one who hit the inside. He was the one who clipped the inside wall. What was it? Early in the race, and well, there goes his chances of ever recovering. Not sure where he's gonna end up as soon as after he hits the pits. Critical does gain 0.4 that lap. I want to point that out.
If you ask me, this is not a bad time to come into the pits. So in a way, his front wing breaking off is a bit of a blessing.
But it does gain him like 5 or 6 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, so it does have its curses as well. But
so he's gonna go all the way down to like last in the race, I think. Okay, so down in P, I believe this is for P8, P7.
Yeah, I think this is about
P6 actually. So down in P6, this is Rat and Outguard, the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. They are currently in an alliance. Red Bull and AlphaTauri are, and well, they're having a great scrap here. Outguard down the inside. Oh, Rat into the pits. And AS7 in the Alfa Romeo has broken his front wing.
Yikes! On.
That's horrendous. He was running in P8. I think that was why, because I saw him in P6, and I was wondering how he wasn't in the battle with Outguard and Rat. I think that was the reason. He's into the pits now, and Rat went into the pits. This was a scheduled stop for Rat, so maybe this is the time to pit for the soft runners.
It'll be an undercut for Rat on Outguard. Outguard will likely switch to the mediums or the softs later on in the race. Well, it's not likely.
Rat went double softs. That's interesting. Went soft, so he's gonna have to change his tires obviously later in the race.
He's committing to a 2-stop here.
So
I've just received word that Fernand is back in the race lead. Let's find out, see if this is true. Yes, it is true. Fernand is in the lead, but Professor Blocks does have DRS and is gaining and gaining and gaining on the Ferrari. Let's see what he can do as he comes down. It looks like he's ahead, but not by much. Fernand is still right there, right behind him. Critical Noob is down in third, 5.1 behind these two. And then it's Prime in fourth, and Falcon in fifth. And then Outguard 19.1 thousand seconds behind.
Yep, I saw that. I just caught that. Chris Boy loses his front wing, I think, on the curb. I don't know if he hit a wall. I'm not sure. I didn't really see it, but
it is gone. You're right.
Chris Boy loses a front wing. He was down in P16. He wasn't really a factor, anyways. But just another nail in the coffin for Chris Boy to maybe retire. Maybe I don't know.
An absolute shame, really.
This is a shame.
Shame.
Critical hasn't been gaining anything on these hards. And Dom again, down in P15. Got word that he just crashed again, not sure. And he's in pits now. Probably going to retire the car. He just said, yeah, the circuit, so he's blaming it on the track.
These bumps are criminal.
He just missed his pit box. He's in the Alpine pit
Yeah,
box. Why is he in the...
he's doing a
Oh.
wheelie in the pit.
Why is he in the Alpine pit box? And Chris Boy's boxing in the Williams pit box. What the...
I don't think it
Are
will
you allowed to
matter.
do that? I don't... Does it matter?
I don't
I don't know
think
if
it does
you're
at this
allowed to do
point.
I think Acer boxed. Yeah, I think we might have missed that. I don't know. You might have said something I didn't.
There's a wee battle
So
going
yeah,
on
this is
for-
your running. This has been such a chaotic race for a lot of front runners here, and a lot of...
We're not. Yeah, we're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah,
Lap 14.
probably one of the more
Hold on.
chaotic races this season. Obviously, there's only been 3, but... So, Professor Block, so let's go back to the battle up front. Ferdinand seems to have the DRS. He's going to go flying past Professor Bloxer. Obviously, the slipstream won't even matter for Professor because the DRS is just so overpowered in these cars. And Ferdinand has a great gap over Professor. Not sure where the next DRS zone is. I think it's coming up here. Maybe not.
I know the first DRS zone's at turn 1. I'm not sure if there's a second one.
I think there is. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So Critical is gaining now. He was 5.1, I think, about 3 laps ago. Now it's 4.0. So these are some great gains from
top 3. I think the top 3 are planning a one-stopper here. I think Professor and Fernand are going to slap on the hards when they come into the pits.
Yeah.
Just so they can push that little bit harder later on. I'm currently on board with Fernand. See what he does. Does he come into the pit lane? Yes, he does. Fernand's in the pit.
Both of them.
Coming in.
Both of them come into the pits, and that's going to give Critical the race lead. That's going to give the hard runners the overcut advantage, but that's going to give them the undercut advantage.
What happens?
So
Fernand's going on mediums. He's jumped out of his car.
So that's going to be a 2-stop at least. But Professor's on the hards.
Professor's on the hards. Fernand's on the mediums.
Great jump. I don't know.
The better pit stop of the two.
That was a great jump on Professor. For Professor, I mean. And they come out, I think, around P7.
I would say so. We need to wait and see who's behind. Who is that? That looks like a
So P5,
Williams.
P6. They come out P5, P6.
Yeah, that is Lance and the Williams just behind.
Yeah.
Well, there's Acer, who's also made a pit stop. He's down in 8th.
Yeah, that was before, yeah. So the mediums are probably the worst tire for this circuit. Obviously, you saw a lot of people crashing on them. And it's interesting that Fernand decided to go on them because they don't seem to be working well for anybody else. Not sure, but looks like everybody on the hards, obviously P1 to P4, probably going for the overcut. There's no way they're pitting this lap, obviously. If the softs are able to last 17 laps, there's no way that the hards only can last that long as well. So 5 seconds is the gap between Critical and past Romula One champion, Prime Drifter.
Let's see what the last laps were. The last lap was 1:16.2, Prime Drifter 1:15.8. So Prime Drifter was just a little bit faster on that last lap. He's closing in on the race lead.
Remember, Prime said all about consistency. Obviously, that's, mostly how he won his championship back in Season 1.
Yeah, that is completely correct.
And it seems like his experience is paying off here. Because I think he was like 13 seconds back on the leaders. And now, well, if the leaders were to stay out, he would only be 10 seconds behind them. Which is very interesting. Yep.
Well, we need to also keep an eye and see what the leaders are doing.
Yeah, that was just their lap, so it's going to be a little bit slower.
Professor and Fernand will be quicker than the hard runners, as they will have absolutely fresh tires.
And yeah, they just both of them just overtook Falcon, who was 4 seconds ahead of them that lap. So they gained 4 seconds just on this lap alone. So let's see, Critical's last lap was a 15.7. We'll see Professor and Fernand's. It looks like Fernand was a little bit faster that lap. So Professor's a 14.5 and Fernand was a 13.8. So they are about 2 seconds quicker than Critical and Prime and Outguard, obviously. Obviously, Fernand on the mediums is going to have a little bit more grip than Professor. So, yet to make a pit stop is Critical, Prime, Outguard, Super Jope, and I think that's it. I think Lance may not have, but those are the only 6 who have not made a pit stop this race yet. Obviously, it's mandatory to change your tires at least once, I think, in the series. I think that's still a thing. Casta can probably tell me that's a thing that you have to do. And Green Ninja Warrior just says in the chat that he's retiring the Mercedes down in P16. And Chris also retires from the race. Both, I think, by their own Acer and Foxy seem to be having.
Yeah, they're having their own little scrap fields.
Oh no, no, Foxy's just being lapped. Foxy's being lapped by Acer, sorry.
Oh, at the moment.
So Foxy, yeah, Foxy's currently, the 2 Haas cars are not having a great race at the moment. Williams also not having a great race. Those, I don't think let's see the current Constructors Championship, because I'm curious where everybody is. So ASM and Lance are fighting for the last point here. This is the Alfa Romeo and the Williams. Both of them are pretty Alfa Romeo especially desperate for points here. Only 8 points on the season, and Williams 15 points on the season. Obviously, that's why he fired both of his mains, I think. So, yeah, they're about to have a scrap here. I think the leaderboard did just get reset, so I'm not sure. But I don't think that. I think that both of them have pit. Lance, I'm not sure what tire he's on because he's on the hards, and ASM is on the mediums. I don't think Lance is pit yet because he was like P14 or P15 or something, staying out, trying to get the overcut, I think. And I think ASM is just gonna have the better overall grip. So the only team that has yet to score points this season is Aston Martin, who obviously got their team boss fired. As there's a guy on the track. I don't know if anybody else just saw that. Oh wait, Outguard. Outguard has no front wing.
Oof, Outguard, no front wing.
Yeah.
He's currently running in. He'll have to stop now, but luckily
he's only got 3. He was probably waiting, hoping for more of an overcut, but now he kind of needs to.
He has to come into the pits now.
So there's only 13 cars running left, apparently, according to the leaderboard. So first pit box comes Outguard. Yeah, that's horrendous. And it looks like he's going to be going on the softs. What just a horrendous avatar.
Yeah, he's on the softs now.
So on the softs, I don't know if the softs can lie. Oh yeah, well no, they can because what's their names? Professor and Fernand made the softs last 17 laps, so this is probably their edge here that they can go. But obviously not a planned pit stop by Outguard. He's gonna come up P9 still though. So only cars now yet to pit: Critical, Prime, and Super Jope. and I think Lance. Alcard almost just wrecked coming out of the pits. I don't know if anybody caught that, but
I was watching Outguard,
yeah.
watching this race.
So yeah, Critical out front. I'm not sure how far back Prime is. Who? Oh, Prime. Oh yeah, Prime is in the pits.
I'm in the pits. Yeah, he is in the
Aston
pits.
Martin,
He's coming up to the
and he's going on the
soft
softs.
tire.
I think, yeah, that was planned because he didn't have a front wing. I think when the hards are probably going to pit. So the softs were just kind of a buffer for the people who started on them, and now they're going to be the slower ones compared to, like, say, Critical, who had a slow start and he's going to have a fast finish. So I don't know who this is going to work out in favor of, because that kind of equals it out. But it seems like Critical, if he were to pit right now, would come out of Brown P4, I think, ahead of Acer at least. And I don't. Oh, I don't know if. Oh yeah, Prime Drifter's just lapping Dom. I thought this was a Fernand in front of him. So Prime came out P7.
Driver currently.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say the driver currently in front of Prime Drifter is Domji, and he is currently scrapping away with Super Joke. Oh wait, not anymore because Super Joke's gone onto the.
Yeah, Super Joke hasn't pitted yet. He's doing the same strategy as the. Well, Critical now only. Critical's the only one yet to pit, aside from Super Joke. Dom is a lap down, so he wasn't really scrapping with him. It was kind of just a little bit of a thing. So I'm not sure if anybody's pitting. I don't know when Critical's gonna pit. This is kind of a interesting strategy here. So I think everybody's going for a one stop here, except for the people who crashed early. So yeah, not sure if anybody's battling at the moment. I think everybody's kind of away from each other. Let's see. Yeah, Critical has lost. Critical has decided to box here. I think this was probably the best time to box here and go into the first pit box. Oh, that's a horrendous pit stop. So he's going to go on to softs. So let's see where he comes. Up behind Acer though. That's going to be an interesting. See, yeah, he will. Acer just crossing the line. Will he come up behind Rat though? No, he won't. So, oh yeah, Rat has come into the pits. So he. Oh, Prime gained quite a lot on that undercut to Critical at least. And Rat into the pits. Rat goes on the hards. That's very interesting strategy for, what is that? 13 laps. But I think he might have started on the softs though. So it's kind of now just for Critical, just consistency.
He's got a lot of ground to make up. And I've just received
Fernand, he was on the medium.
And so they're coming in for a second pit stop. They're doing a two-stop strategy.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah, Professor, both of them. Acer's going to come out with the lead on this one. This is really kind of a bad strategy. I'm not sure what they were thinking here. Because Prime is going to come out with the lead 8 seconds ahead of them. That was the gap before he boxed. So they're going to come out P6 and P7. Not sure what they're thinking. I honestly don't know. This kind of seems like a useless pit stop. Not sure though. So yeah, now Critical is the net leader because Acer. He's obviously gonna lose. Acer's obviously gonna lose against hards against softs. So yeah, Critical's now the net leader after looking like he was gonna have to play the catch-up game. Now he has to play the defense game, as they're all three of them are basically on equal softs, which is a very interesting strategy from both McLaren and Ferrari, basically throwing it out of the race win away, unless they're able to catch them in whatever it is, 12 laps that we have left. More than halfway through the race. ASM into the pits, that's the Alfa Romeo. In the Alpine pit box. Or no, it's the AlphaTauri pit box. So Critical Noob actually just set the fastest Sector 3. That was on his out lap, I believe. And he has passed Acer now for the lead. Ferdinand fast Sector 3 now. So Critical back up in the lead. Acer in P2 now. Obviously the only one that's not on softs in the top 6. Sorry.
Yep, they are once again. I'm currently riding with Fernan. He's just behind Professor Bloxer. They're currently in 4th and 5th. This might turn into the net race lead, as the leaders might come in for a second pit stop. We'll just need to wait and see.
Critical is done. Critical's out of pit stop, so Critical will not be pitting. So this is for P2, I believe. No, Critical already passed Acer. I already said that. So Critical out in the lead. Acer on Old Hearts is already about 3 seconds or 4 seconds behind. That would be my guess. And then obviously Prime, on his return to the series, he said he was retiring after that championship, but I mean he comes back for one race. He's in P3 currently. So Ferdinand, fastest lap of the race. That's a 1:12.312. That is 0.3 quicker than Dom, who had the last fastest
quicker than the next best lap. Yep, that's right.
So Ferdinand and Professor, I believe, are fighting. Yes, they are. So realistically, the only way that Ferdinand into the wall, he loses a front wing.
Oh, Ferdinand in the wall.
Yeah, Ferdinand in the wall.
Ring's gone. That's his race over. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's his race over.
That I saw that. I saw that in the corner of my eye. Oh my goodness, that's horrible for Ferdinand. He was forecast for a podium, as George Russell might have said, and he has now crashed it with 10 laps to go. That's his race. Yeah.
Poor lad.
Yeah, this guy can't catch any breaks. Obviously, that was his fault. Acer into the box. This one was a scheduled pit stop, though, obviously, because he was losing an unreasonable amount of time because he was on old hards compared to everybody on new softs. So Fernand's going to be held longer in the box because of his front wing. Outguard up to P4. He crashed early in the race. Falcon, the Alpine into the box. So Fernand, I believe, is going to come out P. That's the Ferrari. He's being asked by his teammate. This is going to be P8, unless Falcon is able to do something. No, wait, Falcon's in the pits. So, yeah, P8 for Fernand. So that's what, P2, P3, where he was going to finish. So P8. Obviously, he can probably catch up to Rat and Lance, who are P7, P6 right now, but on old hards. Yeah, so the two Ferraris, laps away from each other, but still an interesting battle here. So the last point is now ASM, who just passed Super Jope, and Falcon actually when he just pit right there, he went up to hards, which is very interesting. So yeah, Prime is closing on Professor, and this is Prime's return, and he's already showing that he belongs yet again in Romula One, and hopefully he's here for more races. This is Critical's race to lose, realistically. And
Yes,
I don't
it is
see any
Critical.
other I don't see any other outcome that Critical wins other than him crashing.
You can see Professor Bloxer lapping a bit quicker than Critical Noob. He was 3 tenths quicker on the last lap, but now is at a 1:14.8. He's matched him now. Critical Noob and Professor Bloxer are now setting identical lap times. We come on to lap number 30, which means we'll have 7 laps to go after this until the end.
Yeah, so this race has kind of flown by, in my opinion. Obviously, this is a very short track. I think, I think it would be kind of embarrassing if somebody hadn't pit at this point. So I think everybody's at least pit once. And there are 9 cars on the lead lap. 4 cars a lap down. So yeah, Professor. I'm honestly not sure what that strategy was by McLaren, because he still had life left in those hard tires, and I think he might have been able to stay ahead, because he would have had like about a 20-second gap. And now since they're so equal, it's been about 7.6 seconds every single lap, and I don't know. I don't think that was the right strategy call by McLaren there. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if they have somebody in the engineer booth and making those decisions, or it was just him making that decision. Yeah, they don't have anybody in the engineer department, so I think that was kind of just his decision. I think it might have just been a knee-jerk decision to see where it was Fernand pitting and him also following him. So I think he probably should have stayed out there. That was probably his best bet. But he's still going to finish P2, so it's pretty good for him.
Yeah, P2 is a pretty good result compared to his rivals. McLaren are currently battling Ferrari this season, I believe. So any points they can get against the Scuderia will be valuable to them.
Yeah, this is a great point save for everybody at Red Bull and McLaren. Ferrari were looking to have a great point save with P3 and I think P4. With Fernand Dom, but they both just made mistakes. And now it's P7 and P13. Who? Oh. Fernand and Rat. Obviously, Rat on slightly older tires, but also on the one with the less rubber. So this might not be a very interesting battle, because Fernand, like I thought, is just gonna go completely around him. And
well, any battle's better than no battle.
Yeah, and maybe Rat's fighting back a little bit. No, never mind. So Fernand just goes right past him. Fernand now up to P6. Obviously a little bit better than whatever P8 was gonna be, but definitely not as good as P3 was looking. Dom is just I just saw that. What the heck was that? So Rat's only chance at fighting this is the DRS here. I don't think he's gonna get it though. I think he might just be outside of it. So this race has been very spread out. Obviously this track is only like a 1:13 track, so it's a very short track, and not a lot of overtaking going on, to be honest. The only overtaking was really crashes and, yeah. It's been an interesting race in terms of chaos, because obviously lots of front runners like Dom, like Fernand, etc., making mistakes on the track, and Professor making a mistake in his strategy, pitting. He has gained 4/10 in the time of 3 laps, but that's obviously not going to be enough for him to catch Critical. So I don't know. I think that was the wrong strategy call by that team, and actually Prime has just overtaken him. I don't know what happened there.
Prime has overtaken Professor Boxer for second place.
Yeah, so there's a battle for second. Oh, ASM almost just went around. I probably saw that.
ASM's a lap down, though,
So
but if he's
I don't know what
quicker than-
happened to Professor. How did he lose 7 seconds in 1 lap? He was 7.2, and now he's what, 14.4 seconds. He must have made a mistake somewhere. So this is basically Critical's race to lose.
Yeah, it is Critical's race to lose. 13.7 seconds up the road. He could just watch a YouTube video and just drive the rest of the race, and he'll still win.
Yeah, he really does not have to push. If I was him, I wouldn't push even a little bit.
Or would I?
So obviously, not the race that Ferrari wanted, not the race that. Yeah, so there's lots of cars inside of each other right here. There's Professor Dom, obviously he's 3 laps down. ASM, who's 1 lap down, he's in the final point. And well, yeah, Professor and Prime are still battling. And let's see who gets this. Honestly, there's 3 laps to go. And I'm not sure who's going to get this. I really hope Prime in his debut can get P2, but obviously P3 would still be nothing to scoff at. And Prime hits the bumps, misses the corner basically, almost wrecks.
That slows him down just a little bit.
Yeah, he has the
still-
DRS still, but don't know if that's going to help him a lot.
Unlapping himself from Prime.
Yeah,
if we
but
can,
not really going to do anything. He's like 3 laps down.
I'm going to see if I can get any data from the Aston Martin pit wall. What's tire life?
Yeah, so coming to 2 to go. This is 2 laps to go already in this race. This race is flown all the way by, and Critical has had this race tied up with a bow.
I'm being chased away by the Aston Martin guys. McLaren pit wall's free. Let's see. Interesting. Very interesting.
Uh,
Right, I'm back on board.
I can't
with
really
the drivers
see
now.
which one is which because they still have the old pit boxes still. Because it still says Quebeca and Leonard Port. Somebody said something about should don't know what happened. Maybe somebody crashed. Hopefully for our entertainment's sake. Maybe. I'm going through the drivers. I don't think anything happened. Elcar didn't crash. No. So, Critical has absolutely dominated this race as he gets on to the final lap of the race. And I don't know. This has been such a great performance. Obviously, he had the right strategy from go to the hards, from the softs to begin with, and the strategy by McLaren also helped him because McLaren did an extra stop more than they need. Oh, Critical almost around. I don't know if you saw that. Critical almost just went around on the final lap, which would have been very interesting. So he's just kind of chilling now through the second sector, I believe. No, it's through the final sector of the track. Now to the final couple corners. Critical only
Yep.
has to not make a major mistake, and he has this one up in the bag. What a
Yep, through the
performance by him.
He's coming up the final corner now, and Critical Noob takes his second win of the season. That's back-to-back wins for Critical Noob, and it's a hat trick of wins for Red Bull.
Red Bull have swept.
Flying this season.
Red Bull swept this season. It's just so good for them. And their team.
Place, and Prime Drifter on his return takes third. Amazing performance from the Aston Martin driver, and what a way to put points on the board for Aston Martin as well.
Yeah, P3. That's gonna be 15 points for them.
Yep, that will definitely launch them off the bottom. Let's see if I can see where they're
going to go P4, 35 seconds behind Acer, the other McLaren. Fernand almost caught Acer in the end there, but Fernand's going to be P6 after that mistake. Rat looks like is going to be P7. Yes, he will. And Lance Droid on his debut in the Williams is going to be P8. Well done. And Dom also, interesting. He was 3 laps down. And probably not the race that he wanted. But the fastest lap award goes to Fernand, who finished P6, but he will get an extra point due to that fast lap. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what
he will get the extra point for that fastest lap. 9 points going to Fernand. Today.
And interesting, Lance Droid on his debut, goes P8. Yeah, so and also the podium celebrations, so don't go anywhere yet. Yeah, that was an interesting race. How did you think about it? Okay, you got
hello. So basically, Ishan was not available for the whole week, so I had to do some very complicating strategy choices. So we were basically for a solid 10 hours we were contemplating on a 1-stop against a 2-stop, and at first Critical said a 2-stop, and then it was 37 laps, and I was like, oh shit, we are fucked. And then yeah, but actually it being 37 laps, it actually helped the 1-stop by a lot, because we were expecting a 38 lap race, and it will be around 48.74663333 minutes versus a hard soft which is a 48.96 minutes. Very basic maths, honestly. So, and basically Critical did not join the VC for the whole race. He basically did this alone. So if you have any questions about his win, you can ask him. And I'm very disappointed in Outguard, honestly. I'm very disappointed. Especially the hey.
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Hello. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
Outguard. P10 is
what?
very ideal.
Yeah, next time P11 is looking pretty good.
Don't jinx yourself. Fuck you.
Okay, no, but for real, this race was very depressing for me and the engineer. The first stint I lost a lot of time. In practice I was doing like 112s, in the race I was doing 115s. And then I lost my front wing, and then my strategy was compromised. I had to do 17 laps, I think, on softs. Yeah, not a good weekend overall, but there's a lot to learn from this, and we're gonna come back next race.
We could have easily got 1-2 if not for you.
Shut up.
Of course, yeah. I was just letting Pumpkin do some of the interviews because it's just been me doing them.
I said you can because I don't really want to do interviews.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, you can do the interviews. I don't really want.
Okay. Right. Well, hello, Professor. Hello.
Hello.
Great race from you. Second place. Awesome job.
Yeah,
Could you tell us about how your race went from your perspective?
it was pretty good. I was pulling away. We were pulling away from crit at the start. Me and Fernando were just like exchanging the toe, and that was helping. And then I didn't have an engineer, so I kind of just made up the strategy as I went. I just followed Fernan into the pits, had some good pit stops, and then I just spun on like the last corner. I couldn't catch up to crit, unfortunately, but it was pretty good. Pretty good result.
Yeah, unfortunately, Red Bull have just been unstoppable this season. That was the third win in a row. But with your battle with Ferrari, with Ace in fifth, that's some really good points for you. With Fernand down in sixth,
Yeah,
I
that's
think you should
true.
be pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, I'm still aiming for that win next race.
Yeah, you will get it this season. Don't worry, it will happen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Fernand, hello, welcome.
Thanks.
Oh, E6. Probably not one of your greatest performances. What happened out there? I'd like to know.
Okay, I think the performance was beautiful, but I made a huge mistake that took my front wing off, and yeah, that cost me potentially the win. Pretty much. The strategy
it's just
was perfect as well. Probably that was going to be the best strategy of the race. I'm pretty sure it would have been the best. Right now, I'm just with the same mindset as Outguard. I'm gonna get it next time.
Yep, there's always next time. There is always a next time. And with your battle with McLaren, sixth place and a not score, not looking very good. What are you guys what do you think? What do you are you already planning for what you're going to do in the next race?
Uh no, not really. We go weekend by weekend. I'm pretty sure Dom just had pretty bad luck this race. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do way better on the next race.
I believe so too. I believe so as well. Let's see. What else can I? My mind's gone faint. I don't know what else to ask you. I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
I'm still adjusting to this interviewing thing. You know,
You're doing a
need
great job. I heard your interview with Prof, and it was really good.
Oh, thanks. I've still got a few things to improve on, but thanks for that. Appreciate it.
No. Get Prime in as well. Yeah, the new boss. They fired everyone.
Hi.
Oh yeah, you're the Aston Martin team boss that fired everyone.
I'm not sure that's the best way to introduce yourself, but anyways, P3 for your man. Excellent result. What did you think about the race today? From your
Is that a
perspective.
question to me or Karna?
That was to Carno. I'll ask you the same question afterwards.
Yep.
Well, the race went pretty well overall. Like, we had a few mistakes. We had some really solid pace in the hards. Maybe we could have pit one lap later, although we were kind of losing time. Pretty good. We probably could have actually kept P2, but Prime made a small mistake, but it's alright. He's kind of rusty, he hasn't driven in a while. Plus, there's plenty of time until the season ends. So I think it's a pretty solid result. And if we had our second driver, not DNFing, we could have probably gotten even better points.
Well, the points you So it
Yeah, I'm
seems
the
like
best team boss.
yeah, yeah, you should be happy about that. I
Yeah,
am.
very happy for sure. For sure. I'm very happy. Prime did a really good solid, as he said in the interviews. Like, just consistency is key.
Of course. So we've got the top three on the podium. The winner is Critical Noob, the German, followed by the two Americans, Professor Blockster and Prime Drifter, who today made his Romula One return. He last raced in season 1, I think. So the top three all received their trophies, I believe, or has that not happened yet? What's the kilometer says? Hi, and there's the confetti! Yay! Right. Okay. All right. If you could unmute these two, so we could, if that'd be great, because we still got to finish the interviews between these two.
Oh, we're
Still
still
got a few more
muted.
questions. Hello, welcome back. So, anyways, from your perspective, Prime Drifter, how did your race go?
It was pretty alright, no crashes. I got close a couple times. I was not sure if my wing was still there, but generally pretty consistent. Didn't really fall too much behind. Had some pace issues though sometimes, so I just fell behind. And especially at the start with the DRS in the front, I just couldn't keep up with Critical Noob and them, so I lost a ton of time there. So it was all right though.
Yeah, I certainly do think it was quite all right. P3 in the race. Great job. Lots of points for you and the team.
Yeah, it's I certainly think it's dependent on some other people's misfortunes today. I certainly think there are people faster than me. I should have gotten maybe P5, but unfortunately they maybe hit a wall and got their wing displaced or off the car. It would have been fun to drive with them, and I think I wouldn't have beat them if they didn't have that misfortune.
And the only reason why they hit the wall was because they weren't consistent. And you told me earlier on that consistency is key. And that's what gets the podium. That's exactly what you told me.
Myself, I've touched the wall a few times in the race, so I'm not discounting them. They probably just have hit it just a tiny bit too hard, and it's really luck at that point. Like you can tap a wall, sometimes it'll take off your wing, sometimes it won't. I just happen to keep my wing on.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, does anybody watch? 11 people are still watching. All right. I'm just thinking. Of course. That concludes round number 3 of Romula One. We'll see you next time for next week for round number 4, which will be let's see, where are we racing for round number 4? We're racing in Turkey. So until next week, see you then. Goodbye.